Hello, everyone, and welcome to my channel. My name is Neila Montelus. Today, we're going to be talking about the pros and cons to living in Florida. So we're going to start with cons and then we're going to go down to the pros. When I was making this video, I had a hard time finding the cons living in Florida, so I may be a little biased. The very first con is the long drive. So if you're living in South Florida or if you're living in West Palm Beach, there is a long drive to get out of the state, which I find to be a little annoying when you're going on a road trip. So if you're going from Palm Beach all the way out to Tallahassee or all the way up out of state, it takes about 5 to 6 hours, which can be it adds time to your road trip. So there's that. The next con, which is also a pro, either or, it really just depends. And I feel both ways about it, is the weather. Obviously, Florida is a very sunny state. And for the most part, we are sunny year round. However, it does rain every now and then. So the pro to that is we don't have a long, hard winter season. That's the pro. And the con is we don't have many seasons either. There are no seasons practically, only summer. It's practically summer year round. As far as winter goes, I feel like we get about a month in total of winter. Now, not even consecutively, right? We might get a week of winter every now, like I want to say maybe like end of December, we get a week, and then January, maybe 2 weeks, and then February, maybe 1 week. So in total, like 4 weeks, not consecutively, of winter that we get, which I'm okay with. I love the heat. I don't do well with the cold. Like once it gets to, oh my gosh, I want to say 60, 65 degrees, I need a coat. I need a sweater. I need some warmth because that's what I grew up around. That's what I know, right? The heat, the sun. So that's pro and con number two. And number three is a pro and a con depending on the type of person that you are, or depending on which city you live in. And it's the fact that Florida is a tourist attraction. So for me, I find this to be a pro because I love to meet new people that have different backgrounds. And so I get to learn about where they're from, and it's just nice, especially when you go up to Orlando and you go to Disney or you go to the Islands of Adventure, the parks there. It's really nice to have that tourist attraction in your state, right? And it could be a con if the city that you're living in is developing really quickly because it's a tourist attraction, because people want to actually move down to Florida. So it is becoming populated, right? Especially if we go further south, especially in Miami, for example, or Port St. Lucie is another example, where it is becoming populated. So that's it for the three cons. So we're doing three cons and three pros. And then if you stick towards the end, I have a bonus, which is a pro or a con, depending on, well, what you think, right? Onto the pros. Number one pro is that Florida is a melting pot. When you come to Florida, there is just a variety of different races, different people, right? It's not, at least South Florida, for sure is a melting pot. I love that. And just like I said in the last con, or con and pro, is that Florida is a tourist attraction, but also ties into the fact that it is a melting pot, which I think is a pro. Second pro is that there is no state income tax in Florida. So unlike the other states, sorry, Uncle Sam, we're not paying state income taxes in Florida, unlike the other states. And number three pro is that there is a beach in almost every city along the coast. So along the East Coast, almost along the West Coast, and that's a pro. I love the beach. And honestly, for living in Florida, I don't go to the beach as much as I should because it's so beautiful, especially watching the sunrise and the sunset. Like I don't go as much as I should, but I definitely should go to the beach more. It's really nice. That's like that really should have been the first pro, is that there's a beach, right? The beaches are great. Oh, and then we have the bonus pro and con, which is that Florida is flat. there are no hills in Florida. And I could speak really for South Florida. I can speak for South Florida. I'm pretty sure it's all of Florida, but I don't know too much about like North Florida because I don't go often, but for South Florida, it's flat. And that could be a pro, that could be a con. I do understand the picturesque of the hills, the rolling hills, the curvy streets. I do understand the picturesque kind of picturesque feel to that. I understand. And it is nice, but Florida's flat. And honestly, for driving purposes, I love it. I'm okay with it. Like, I'm okay driving. Honestly, sometimes I feel like the people that get their driver licenses in Florida are almost cheating because we have no hills, we have no, curves, those curvy back roads. Because when I do go out of state and I'm driving in those curves, I'm like, uh, should I be driving right now? So there's that. Um, but thank you for sticking. Thank you for sticking until the end of the video, and stay tuned for more.